Good morning, everyone. My name is Eltimar, and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. This is our Legend playthrough. I'm going to move my microphone just a little bit. It's a weird position right now. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm just in this screen checking to see if we had any decrees. We don't. It's fine. Everything is going well in our little land. Technically, we did have a military council to do, and we do have to go talk to Anevia for our Rushale's quest. There's also something called the Murack Grotto here. I kind of want to go see what it is. I don't know what we're doing in this video. We could go deal with Finian's quest, which we might go do. That's what the other group already did. But that looks like the bridge to Baphomet's lair.
Mysteries can wait till tomorrow.
You are heavily encumbered, okay. Maybe this is supposed to be where a portal might open up? I'm just gonna look around really quickly. So far there's definitely a cave here. Maybe this is where we get more... I honestly don't remember this area at all.
There are many
There's a skeleton who has some magic armor and gear on him. Interesting. Wasn't expecting there to be magic on him, but you know what? Fair enough. Well, let's see what we got in here. It's a snow cave. How pretty. There's some chaplains here. I am so confused as to what this place is. Hi, chaplains. Come on over here, Landwalker. The fat, pale-skinned creature is squinting with visible displeasure, shielding its bulging eyes with its webbed hand. Oh, never mind. I have to go. Actually, show me what magical equipment you have first. I think this is on our way to that boat quest, possibly. Might be why I didn't remember it. Huh. A bag of hold... A belt of... Wait, a belt of physical flow? Strength Dex Con plus... You know, it says +6 here, but it says plus... Oh, that's what we have currently. That's an amazing belt. Do we have two of them? I'll buy both of them. That's very expensive, holy shit. Okay. Let's try and, let's try and equalize this payment out a little bit, because that's a very one-sided payment. Although, I'm willing to bet we're not going to use most of these pieces of piece of gear. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We're still paying $100,000, but I'll take the belts of physical flow. That is Strength Dex Con +6. I'll take it. We'll give it to you, and actually we'll give it to Rushale. Her plus to hit is better than Sealess plus to hit, is the only reason. That's +6. We could give her a belt of physical perfection +4, though. I think that might be better than what she's currently wearing. Gives her some more hit points and stuff. So, good enough. That was extraordinarily expensive.
Step closer, treasure. Young, strong, and brave. Just who I need. Tell me, how would you like to get your hands on incredible... Suit yourself.
Alright, we're gonna come back here later. But, yeah, we just aren't gonna do that yet. We could buy some things here. What is this? What's oh, cold iron ammunition, I see. Okay. Hang on. What's your potions and scroll situation now, too, though? You have a scriber's kit. I could actually scribe some spells for Nenio. But do I care that much? No, not really, honestly. We've gotten by just fine without it. Technically, as a scroll savant, we should be giving her scrolls. I'm gonna throw this out there. If you wanted to min-max 100%, definitely get a scribe kit and like a level 9 one, and just start making good spells, like weird stuff like that. Because the DC against her scroll use is quite high. just as a result of her class. How do I get out of here? Oh, it's over here. It's hidden behind a rock. Alright, let's move on. Let's go do Finian's thing. I think the closest one's Yath Watch. What we do is need more soldiers. I should buy more soldiers. Everyone stop for a second. I must buy troops for my wayward army. Alright, that's a good amount of troops. That's a level 5 army on its own. It's going all the way down here to there. 107. Actually, it's only like 3 days. It's not so bad. But we missed a whole army as well, so we're going to buy these as 2. They are expensive. Assassins are really costly. However, they are extremely good. I have never loved a unit as much as I've loved the assassins so far. They teleport, they deal just boatloads of damage. I don't want any of these creatures. So we get our 1 free search, and we get worse units. Ugh. Alright, well, fair enough. I wonder if we can even get more Vrocks or like brass dragons, for example. Or even more. Well, I know we can get more logger. Maybe we can't anymore, actually. We used to have a logger elemental thing, but I don't think we have that anymore. These are all going. Do we have a military one to do? No. Okay, good. Development in the Art of War we'll deal with shortly. I believe it's the one we already dealt with our other group. Although I'm not 100% sure on that one. Let's go to the Bladesmith Workshop. Let's get this done. And then we'll go do a Ruchelais thing back in Dresden. Oh, right. I forgot about this. God, I'm an idiot. Why do I just suck so much sometimes? Alright, we have a big fight to do. We are exhausted, though. Actually, we don't have a big fight to do. Maybe we... Can I rest right here? Unless this is just a different area for this big fight to happen. But I'm gonna rest, because if this is the fight I think it is, it's gonna suck. Or not suck. Although, I don't think that that big fight can be in any other area. So I am kind of confused. It wants me to go up those hills. Okay. Let's get some buffs out.
Require my unbiased opinion?
I mean, it's not like we can't just walk forward to that other place with them on, so... Right, he doesn't have spells anymore. He does have a bit of luck, though. Or a bit of fun, I should say.
We'll make things right.
Actually, don't do that, Ember. We don't actually know if we need that spell. We don't know if we need any of these spells, for that matter. I don't even know what this encounter is. Okay. So it's this way? Unexpected sounds break the menacing, monotonous atmosphere of the World Wound. Business-like chatter, the lazy neighs of ponies, the clatter of instruments, and rising above everything else, a rather expressive voice. A flying ship. How could you even think of proposing such a thing? Next you'll tell me we should travel by portals or streak across the sky in a winged chariot. And don't look at me like that. I know what you mean. That this cart has experienced things you wouldn't see in your worst nightmare. That it's time to retire and put its wheels up beside the fire, axles creaking, and as it tells its cart grandchildren stories of its wild youth. That I can afford more reliable transportation than this wreck. To this, I will say that great explorers and discoverers set out on their expeditions on foot, and they didn't complain about it. Yet you can even survive comfortable ground-based travel in an ordinary cart. And with that, the owner of the expressive voice turns to you and nods as if he didn't expect to see anyone else. Jubilost Narthropple, just passing through. The name is familiar to you. Narthropple is an eccentric gnome scholar from Absalom, a traveler, explorer, popularizer of science, journalist, and author of a dozen books and countless articles. Due to his overly sharp tongue, he's been sentenced to death or exiled by no fewer than 3 or 4 nations of Golarion. Every year, new rumors surface of his death at the hands of some offended monarch or other. I've heard about you. You're a scientist and explorer, aren't you? Jubilost Narthropple, scientist, traveler, cartographer, journalist, lecturer. Ponies, they're so cute and chubby, just like Soot. May I pet your ponies, please? The delighted Ember seems not to have noticed. She interrupted Jubilost's list of titles. Jubilost stops short and glares at Ember with indignation. Ember looks back at him with innocent devotion, waiting for his permission. Oh, well, fine, you may pet the ponies, girl. He looks indifferent. Now then, where were we? I'm Jubilost Narthropple, a scientist and journalist, at your service. Nenio, absorbed in his scribbling, raises her head at the mention of the name. Jubilost Narthropple, the author of Distillation of Magical Liquids in the Field? Yes, that's me, I take it. I have the honor of speaking to a fellow scientist? With a fellow scientist and a successful rival. A future successful rival. I intend to take your place in the department at the College of Mysteries. On my way to the headmaster's seat, naturally. By the way, the blood of mythic demons cannot be distilled by your method, and neither can the slime of an ordinary carnivorous blob. Obviously not, Jubilost doesn't seem offended. On the contrary, he's looking at Nenio with growing interest. My distillation method was developed for distillations carried out on a material plane, for liquids originating on the material plane. Demon blood does not meet these conditions. For extraplanar liquids, I've developed a new method described in my article in the first issue of National Alchemy in 4817. We've got a whole century to go before 4817. Yes, that's correct, but the article was scheduled for publication in advance, Jubilost says, but he sounds uncertain. To be fair, I do not require data on extraplanar entities for my encyclopedia, therefore demons and their blood, as such, do not interest me. But I have not yet finished the section on cult alchemists. The main focus of their work is potion based on demon blood. To support my thesis, that the average cult alchemist lacks any real knowledge on the subject, I need to make a breakthrough in this field. An approach worthy of a true scientist. I wish I could linger and try to reconstruct my method from memory, but I don't have time to spare. Jubilost sighs with obvious regret. So you're an encyclopedist and at the same time a practitioner and field researcher? That's right, I'm Nenio. I just need to clarify a couple of details. I'll figure out the rest on my own. Of course, I'd be happy to be of assistance. Even if nothing comes of it, we could continue this discussion by correspondence. Is this some sort of scientific flirtation or what? It's certainly possible, but let's return to the issue at hand. To what degree should I saturate the blood with steam during distillation? My previous attempt resulted in an explosion, which suggests the durability of a standard distillation apparatus is not without limit. To what degree saturate what? Jubilost's expression changes drastically. You're using direct distillation? I am. Dry steam distillation is not a viable option. What absolutely, utterly inconceivable nonsense. In my second article in National Alchemy, I proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that the direct distillation is not suitable for magical liquids, and only a properly isolated steam coil allows us to consider the distillation process effective. He glares at Nenio. In the section of my encyclopedia detailing the uses of distillation apparatuses, I completely unravel every argument of your work on the benefits of dry steam distillation. Ha! Jubilost folds his arms in indignation. Then his expression shifts to boredom. So you're interested in distillation, dear colleague? Excellent. Then subscribe to National Alchemy and wait until my article reaches these parts. I'm afraid I'm in a rush and cannot offer you advice on this subject. So where did we leave off, Commander? What happened to your cart? Oh, I suppose I should have led with this. Sadly, my cart is stuck and my assistants... Jubilost casts a peevish look at the 3 gnomes shuffling awkwardly nearby. As it turns out, are completely incapable of applying the most simple practical skills and fixing this blasted wagon. I would appreciate your help, Commander. All you need to do is attach the wheel, clear the road, and calm the poor ponies. The world wound causes them great stress. I heard rumors of your death. Jubilost shrugs in an emphatic, dismissive way. Those rumors never stop. I'm not a desk jockey, but a field researcher and a cartographer. I spend most of my time on the road, stopping only briefly to finish a paper or give a lecture. Every time the unknown of new mysterious lands swallows me, my detractors jump at the chance to spread stories of my death. I've been credited with perishing in the depths by the eye of Abendego, meeting my end at the hands of the Whispering Tyrant when the last wall fell, and many far less impressive deaths. As such, being drowned by kobolds in a river in a place not marked on any map, which is from Kingmaker. Hogwash. I do not imagine myself immortal, but so far, I've been able to avoid meeting Pharasma. There's still so much to learn about the world. Jubilost's speech seems confident, and there's no reason to doubt his words, yet he mentioned the fall of Last Wall as a well-known fact. But you know for certain this nation is alive and well. You just happen to be passing through so deep in the world wound? What's bothering you? Of course. I didn't mean to say this happened by accident. Passing through simply means I do not intend to conduct an extensive research or educational work here. Just make a few observations here and there. How do you know I'm the commander? I haven't introduced myself. Jubilost adjusts his glasses. Obviously, it's my acumen. Surely you didn't expect a renowned scientist to be so ignorant as to not recognize the most significant historical figure in this region and era? You're asking me to fix your cart? Me, the commander of the 5th Crusade and wielder... Actually, I'll see what I can do. This is wonderful, and don't think me an ungrateful lout. I'll be sure to mention your generosity in the article. I'll write about this encounter. I'm gonna take some notes, and you may get started on the repairs, Commander. Fix the wheel, first of all. After 10 minutes of work and a little bit of ingenuity, the wheel slides back in place, none the worse for the wear. A thought just occurred to me, Commander, says Jubilost, who barely pays any attention to your attempts to repair his cart. What do you think of your place in history? You've done the unthinkable. You've renounced your mythical powers. Do you regret it? Few would have given up such power or immortality. Perhaps my fate has been far from ordinary, but I'm satisfied with the path I've chosen and the person I've become. And are those forced to follow you happy? Those who depend on you? Jubilost adjusts his glasses. Or are you one of those people who goes ahead without bothering to ask the opinions of others? Then again, who am I to lecture on? Lecture one of the greatest figures of our time. Be on your way, and Desna will aid you. I'll just stand here by the side of the road and take some notes. Do you revere Desna too? You must have traveled far and seen much. The goddess smiles upon wanderers. Ah, Sister Desnan, and of a very unusual kind. Jubilost looks at Arushle with curiosity. Yes, I've been to many places, and I hope to visit many more, but I'm surprised at your admiration. Does Golarion truly overshadow the wonders of extraplanar travel for you? In the past, I did not travel. I hunted. I saw no wonders. I did not understand the delight of walking the road, seeing new places, or making new acquaintances. So you have surely seen more than I have, because I could not see. My eyes were closed. Then I wish you to keep them open and see all you wish to see. It's worth it to spend a lifetime traveling, or even more than one. Let's calm the ponies. The ponies' eyes seem oddly intelligent. You get the uneasy feeling that the ponies are playing along with your attempts to calm them, chuckling to themselves. Still, they obediently stand where they're supposed to, ready to pull the cart. Let's clear away for the cart. Athletics checked. We have 67 to athletics. That's insane. Your efforts are not in vain. The pile of junk blocking the path has been swept aside. That's it. I did what I could. What? Oh, yes. Well, I suppose I should be on my way. How unfortunate. I haven't yet satisfied my curiosity, but what can you do? Time waits for no one. I have the feeling there's something you're not telling me, Mr. Narthropple. There are some strange slips in your speech and demeanor. Jubilost pauses. I must admit, acting is not one of my talents. I was hoping to casually run into you in a completely natural way, then ask a few questions, but it's tricky to appear natural when this chance encounter takes place in the middle of the world wound and you come from the future. Jubilost pauses again for dramatic effect. Yes, exactly as I said. Some of my friends, many in number, but acting as one, can do the most curious things to time. I humbly asked them for an opportunity to meet the legendary commander of the 5th Crusade in person. I desperately want to make a few notes on such a faithful figure in Golarion history for my article on the Age of Lost Omens. Hope you're not angry about all this small masquerade, and even if you are angry, I'm still satisfied. Best of luck to you. I hope you come by these parts again. My apologies, but 1,000 more discoveries await me. I can't stand in one place for too long, but I am glad to have met you. This conversation provided me with much food for thought. Farewell, Commander. Having already turned to his cart, Jubilost suddenly slaps himself on the forehead. I almost forgot, I was asked to give you this. A golden toad. Goodbye, Jubilost. There's also a hide of a magical creature and some demon blood, which might mean we can actually make some new items. What's the golden toad do? A toad statuette made of gold, solid gold. Looks more like an idol than a decorative figurine. I had forgotten entirely about this event until I saw Jubilost. And then I remembered he's from the future, but like I had forgotten this existed in this game. Right side, we met Jubilost. Good bloke. We may have a fight in a couple seconds as we try and move down the road again, but we'll see. I'm waiting to see if there's a second sneeze. Usually I sneeze in pairs. It's just the way it works. But I think we're good. I think we just have the one sneeze. which now I want to watch Hot Fuzz.
Keep
The
your
one
calm.
swan, actually. Just the one killer, actually. I love that movie. It's actually my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. Wasn't as much of a fan of At World's End. But Shaun of the Dead was pretty great. Alright, let's loot this thing. Grab the magical essence. We're gonna knowledge our... We'll just do buffs after we look around. The bladesmith has put his anvil under a spell of abjuration, so that touching it grants a person protection from the heat. Something that can often be experienced. Let's just quickly grab all these. The one we don't want to touch is this one down there yet, until after we're done buffing. Alright, let's do some quick spells and get everyone ready to fight. You're gonna do
I
that.
will help where I can.
Actually, you know what? Don't do that. No, no, no. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, Ember. The only reason I'm not going to do that is we're going to mount up on our Smilodon so that we can
We will win this
move
war.
around faster.
Wanna play together?
Okay. I'm going to move you guys all into this corner over here.
This war must end.
Grab some potions. Not that they're particularly important, but still.
Are we ready to move out?
Alright. Let's get some displacements on you. And you. Haste.
I'm up for an
Bit of fun.
My favorite aid.
Back to the corner you
Is
go.
restless.
I guess I could throw out a couple Sirocos real quick.
What?
One here. One here. One there. One there. Maybe one more here. Okay, good enough.
Together?
Sela can actually go stand over here, because I want her to fight the bows when they appear. Because the
You're
bows
a
are
good
annoying.
person. I'm prepared.
And our main character is guaranteed to have to deal with the Finian part, so we can't really rely on him too much to be part of this fight. Or at least be positioned well in this fight, because he'll just move back to where he was. The tag on the skull reads Specimen 367 Finian Dismar. Would you look at that? A failed experiment, or a failed specimen returns to his maker. Place him on the workbench, Commander, and I will examine him and see what can be done with him. No, this is impossible. It's a mistake, Finian laughs. Is this a joke? A prank? You all put a tag with my name on some skull? And, yeah, that's a good one. He bursts into mad and desperate laughter. This is exactly why I only leave their mind on a level that's sufficient for carrying out their orders to avoid shameful hysterics. This is no prank, 367. And that skull is an anchor that stops your soul from departing Golarion. You've been long dead, remember? Finian's cackling turns into strained howls. Finian, snap out of it. Weapon or not, you're still you. Yes, I remember now. He wanted to create a weapon that could change to fit the owner's needs. A sentient one at that. He needed a phantom blade, and I was the one. Bravo, you've remembered. Seems you're not quite as flawed as I thought. So what'll it be, Commander? Will you give him to me? Or must I take him by force? I won't hand him over. You'll suffer the same fate as your apprentices. Wait, please, if you have any respect for me for what I was, free me, please. Break my skull and let me go. If I'm not human anymore, then I shouldn't exist. We don't really use Finian, and I guess we don't need Finian, technically. We could just break him and allow him peace. You're right, Finian. You've been through enough, and you deserve peace. The bladesmith stops you with an imperious gesture. It's not for him to decide, and not for you. I'm his maker, I'm his master, and I will decide where his soul is to remain. Blue light drifts up from the shards of the skull. Slowly it takes the form of a human figure. You see before you a tall, square-shouldered man. Whew. It's such a relief. Now all has been put right, Commander, the way it should be. I don't know how to thank you, but let my will stay within this weapon. My resolve to help you. It will always be with you. Thank you and farewell. It's been a thrilling adventure. You think you can ruin my creation with impunity and leave here alive? No, I 100% plan on you being dead when I leave here. One of us won't be alive.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh god, Nenio. Well, that was quick. Freaking bows, man.
I will resist.
The bows are the worst ones, honestly. Although Ember's taking a beating too.
Continue fighting.
Well, she's now unconscious. Skelly boys to beat tanks, hopefully. We got terrible initiative rolls. The other group had way better initiative.
Resort to brute force.
One of them just died.
So it comes to this.
Animated full plate coming out. Terrible attack rolls, good. And Arushla is taking a beating now. Move her back a bit. She's out of range of those.
Prepare yourself.
And we are not hitting that armor. Darren's taking a beating. Well, at least Darren has last stand, I guess. Ow. I guess the bladesmith's down on the ground, I guess. That one should die on its own, so let's blow that one up. Actually, we got a cleave off there. That was good.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
He did stand back up.
Desna, guide my hand.
That was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Killed one skeleton. Let's stand her back up. She's fine. You can do another mass heal. We'll get Nenio back up in a minute. One more animated plate left. But it should die on its own, honestly, I think.
Into the fray.
We need to mark that guy. Okay. Does he have instant? He has Fiendish Quarry. That's not the right one. He doesn't have instant Quarry. But he didn't murder that guy in a single hit. Okay, so let's just get Nenio back up.
The waiting's never fun.
How many diamonds we got left? 23. We got lots of diamonds. Okay, good. And then some restoration spells. And then some restore. She's not technically alive yet. There we go. And then we'll do a quick mass heal. We'll definitely be resting before we need our mass heals replenished, probably. And we'll grab all that. Destroy the skulls, because we're good people. I don't remember what the Finian weapon is. I think it's a longsword, if I'm not mistaken. We're going more good with this group than we are lawful, or chaotic. It's a Brilliant Energy Heartseeker Enhancement 5 weapon. It just doesn't talk. Actually, I think I'm gonna be slightly better than his other one. Because it goes through concealment. However, it is Brilliant Energy still just like the other one, which means that it can't hit certain things like constructs or maybe undead? I don't remember if it hits undead or not. But we're going to grab this Grandmaster's Rod. It is extremely good, and we're going to put it on Nenio eventually here. But for now, I think we're done. We definitely murdered everything we needed to murdered. And we are not that close to a level. Oh, his next level is... Wait, why does he have less? Weird. Look at this. Okay, so he's at 23, 6, 4, 2, 4, 8, right? Same as everyone else. And out of the same amount with 25, 2.55 million. But his bar is nowhere close to the same. Weird. That is a bizarre situation. Alright, anyways, we're gonna call it here. In the next video, we'll head off, go do some more things. Not entirely sure what yet. We should probably do a Ruchelace thing actually, you know what? Before we end this video, I'm going to do one thing. Because I think we can make some items. Or I think we can make one item at the very least. Back to Dresden. We'll do the military council thing. Because we need to go... Actually, we don't. We'll do the military council thing next time. We're going to the streets. We're going to go strictly speak to the storyteller. And then... we'll see how it goes. Alright, we're almost loaded in. I think we can make one, maybe two items. I'm hoping we can make at least one, though. It's a very long loading screen. And the Legend song is pretty damn good.
Range is the key to victory. There are many roads to success.
We can restore the tattered boots. We can't do the helmet. Cracking his knuckles, the storyteller begins to mend the ancient boots. Light emanates from his hands as he works. He uses the hide to patch up any holes and iron to reinforce the soles. The stitching, done with sturdy thread, is soaked in demon blood, and arcane symbols are laid on the decayed leather, imbuing it with magic. These boots once belonged to a young Sarkorian warrior who never lived to see his prime. He lived decades ago, and his name was Ronick. But today no one knows his name, his sacrifice, or his fleetness of foot. Here was a fellow who was able to outrun tomorrow and change it, and with it, the entire future of our world. We can't do the helmet yet, but that sounds amazing. I want to see these boots. These boots of Dexterity plus 8 grant its wearer plus 10 bonus on mobility and athletics check. They also double bonuses to AC, attack rolls, and reflex saving throws from the haste spell cast upon the wearer. In addition, whenever the enemy confirms a critical hit against the wearer, it becomes stunned for 1d4 rounds. That is incredibly good. It's more than enough to warrant losing the freedom of movement spell. That's pretty damn great, honestly. Very impressed. Alright, well, we got something new. That's exciting. I was expecting it to be like a permanent haste thing, like a boost speed. But that might be a little overpowered, honestly. So from now we're going to leave. And then in the next video we'll do the military council. And then we'll do a Ruchelace thing. And then we'll figure out where we want to go. I'm not entirely sure yet. We need places that'll give us a bunch of experience so we can get that sweet level 36. And get more attack bonus. And actually, what is our next stuff we get for our old class bonuses here? It doesn't really go further. Okay, so I see. We can get improved Fiendish Quarry, which is nice. What's our level 10 or our level 23? Level 20th Ranger becomes a Master Hunter. We can make a standard action to make a single attack against the favorite enemy at full attack bonus. If it hits, they must make a fort save or die. The DC is equal to 1 plus half the Ranger's level. plus the wisdom modifier, and we can use this ability 5 times per day, but not against the same creature more than once in a 24-hour period. Our wisdom modifier is only 7, so let's assume that we're fully level 40 when this happens. We have to be level 40 when this happens, so it'll be 10 plus 20 plus 7, so 37 fort save. Isn't actually that hard for most creatures, unfortunately. Darn. Improved Quarry, we get the Quarry as a free action, and our insight bonuses to attack our Quarry increase to +4. That's awesome. When does she have improved Quarry? Next level, it looks like. Then she can do the hunt thing for free as well, which is super good. It's just like the Freebooter's Bane, but better in some ways. Anyways, like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, see you next time. Take care.